Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. If you're watching the rerun, I hope you find something useful in the stream and I hope you watch the whole thing. That said, Bitcoin is down 2%, so we're gonna see what's up. Where are we going next? Besides that, enjoy. Now we're just gonna wait a little bit until the people get in here and we can start fun. Useful in the stream and I hope you watch the whole thing. Just testing the sound, guys, just testing the sound because you can't hear it. Linda Latin, thanks for updates from the UK. Thanks for stopping by from the Norway. What's up, the Centerprise in the chat? How you doing, man? What's up, the Centerprise in the chat? How you doing, man? UK. Thanks for stopping by from the Norway. What's up, the Centerprise in the chat? How you doing, man? I don't know. Guys, if the music is too loud, you tell me, okay? If the music is too loud, you tell me. Just came to smash the like. What's up? What's up, Bridge Cable? How you doing, man? So, as you can see, Bitcoin is on the way down, minus 2%. We're gonna retest the support on the wedge, I think. More rabbit drinking wine. We are drinking milk over here. Get ready to go to the moon. ATLI is going to zero. Well, it's always going to zero, right? And right now that we get to this meeting tomorrow, in the preparation of the meeting, we are going a little bit down. Let's make the real down this time. Moon for the 3K. The only one, TLA from Florida. Pakamiyaka. How you doing, man? If the music is too loud, you tell me. If you cannot hear the music, you tell me that as well. So you can see this wedge, we managed to break a very important level. Today in the Bitcoin Daily, I don't know who was here in the Bitcoin Daily as well, but we said that this triangle up here that was being created, and something like this, you know, there was also a small triangle inside the triangle. We said, you know, if we break to the upside, you know, there is a good possibility that we're gonna break towards the upside, but if we break on the downside, there is a very good possibility that we're gonna retest the support level on the wedge. And right now we are unfortunately going towards downside, and we are gonna most likely revisit the support down here at some kind of 37,000 down here, most likely, the way I see it. Maybe the lines are a little bit off up here, so it's gonna be maybe something like 37 up here, not quite sure, but yeah, that's the most likely outcome right now. It's a bit loud. Okay, I lowered it down a little bit, so you tell me again if it's a little bit loud or if it's you know, okay. I mean, you should be able to hear the, you know, background noise, but it should not be disturbing for the chat, you know. So if it is disturbing, you tell me. It's a tiny bit loud. Tis Verbund, how you doing, man? Nate Spurs, Anna Marie Fitzpatrick. Evening, Anna Marie. How you doing? How you doing? Around 369, that's good. DJ TLA, it's perfect. Okay, nice. We just need some kind of background noise to kill the you know, the silence, to kill the silence a little bit. Besides that, everything looks fine. This wedge is still playing out, so top now. You think top now? Yeah, good. Ape didn't get the memo about the dump. Ape is 1.3% up. Yeah, so I've been watching Ape. We've been saying that, you know, this might be some kind of bottom for Ape down here, and I was expecting it to pump up here a little bit. It did go up a little bit up here, not as much as I actually wanted to go, but it did get to this 50 moving average up here. On the 4 hour, they just came to this 10 moving average up here. I was actually expecting a little bit higher than that from this bottom on the downside down here. Right now it's, you know, creating some kind of double bottom down here. It's still getting rejected by the moving average, so it does not look that strong. But the reason I actually thought, you know, it has, you know, a chance to pump is it broke this downtrend over here. So this, you know, this could pump a little bit up here. This little pump up here, you know, it went something like 10% towards the upside. So, you know, these things can actually be very nice. Now, the only way, you know, ApeCoin is gonna pump big time if it breaks this line up here. Right now, that line is around 16. It's gonna be around, yeah, 16 bucks up here. You know, so it needs to do some nice moves towards the upside to actually get back up there, but right now it's not there. It's not there just yet. It's not there just yet. So ApeCoin is right now still in a downtrend, still, you know, trying to find some kind of bottom down here. There is another line up here right now because we create a new trend line up here. There we go, we got a new trend line up here on the chart. I understand that, you know, sometimes there can be a little bit too many lines, and if you don't know what you're looking at, right now we are looking at this stop up here, and these stops up here. You can see this very nice trend line. So this trend line needs to be, if this double bottom down here wants to, you know, sustain itself, it needs to break this trend line up here. It needs to get above this level up here, and it needs to go all the way to the resistance, then needs to break the resistance, and it can continue towards the upside. But you see what I just said, it needs to do this and that and this and that, and when there is so many this and that, you know, music fine now. Thanks Crystal, thanks. Is it all over and we are going to zero and all that just for a change, or could this be a bear trap before we pump? I'm on the bear trap wagon right now. What about Matic? How low will it go down to support line? The XY dump would be nice, but it is dumping minus 0.8%. You can see here, you know, this stop that we called on 103 is still staying up there. We said this has probability to go all the way to 104, 105, give or take, but it doesn't look like that's gonna be. So this stop here at 103 looks like it's already created. There was another trend line here that I made. It broke that trend line as well. Right now hitting the trend line, so I expect it to go down. And as soon as it goes down below 102 or something like that, we are expecting it to go all the way down. We are expecting this to go all the way down to some kind of 100 levels back on the support line on the downside. So this move towards the upside up here, I think it's over. I think it hit the top. I think right now it's just trying to you know, try some kind of, you know, distribution phase up here at the top, right? You know, because this trend up here, very steep trend, got broken. The semi-steep trend got broken as well, so right now it is changing in trend towards the downside. So it does look very good for Bitcoin right now, hopefully, right? So DXY is doing nice, meaning it's going down. We need the, you know, the interest rate meeting tomorrow to be in our favor, meaning anything less than, you know, 50 percent points or whatever, however they calculate, you know, 0.5%. Anything below 0.5% or 0.5% should be okay for Bitcoin. Should be okay for Bitcoin, right? Bears are setting the trap. We need to crash big time so that can we fly to 70. Yeah, exactly. But you know, this crash, man, it's not coming. Just not coming. Just so slow. Just so slow. Beat is the retest 0 before 100k. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But this is a very fast dump right now. We are down something from, you know, from today's highs down here like 2.3%. If this just continues to dump, we got something like 2% more on the downside. But what you will notice on altcoins right now, even though Bitcoin is down 2%, altcoins, some altcoins are in red, but they're only like, you know, a couple of percent in red. They are not dumping big time. They're not like everything. Bitcoin is down 2% and most of the coins are less than 2% or 2%, the way I'm seeing on the chart right now. Let's go daily time frame up here. So we are, you know, we are definitely dumping, and everything is dumping with Bitcoin, but it's not, there is no panic yet. There is no panic yet, right? That's what I'm trying to say. What do you think? This is an ABC retracement from its top, and it's currently on its B leg. You can see like at around 58. Sorry if you have answered this before. I haven't answered it before because we don't do Elliott waves on this channel. We don't like Elliott waves. We think Elliott waves is a mumbo jumbo, the voodoo stuff. You know, the worst thing that you can come around. No, it's not that bad, but you know, we don't do Elliott waves. No, sorry, man. I mean, we do Elliott waves from time to time, you know, just, you know, for fun of it, because it's easy to, you know, it's very nice to, you know, draw numbers on the screen, but we don't do Elliott waves. 20k, really? It's 23, 24, 25k, maybe. Elliot is a grifter. I don't know what a grifter is. What is worse, Elliott wave or Fibonacci? I would say Fibonacci is worse than Elliott waves. Elliott waves at least take into account some kind of psychology behind the waves. Fibonacci, it's just, you know, it's just mathematical numbers. Marks are moved by, you know, emotions and psychology, not by, you know, nature. But people, you know, think that since, you know, these numbers are everywhere in nature, they have to be inside the chart, and maybe they are inside the chart somewhere, but they are definitely not on any kind of, you know, retracement or extensions. So, you know, maybe those numbers are somewhere in the chart, but I don't think anybody found actually where these numbers are, because if these numbers are on the chart, they should be repeatedly found very precisely all of the time, and they are not, right? We are picking, you know, places where it can, you know, get picked, but, you know, Fibonacci's are decent for catching bodies. Nah, Fibonacci is not decent for anything, man. Why do you want to use Fibonacci? Here's the biggest problem with, I'm gonna tell you the biggest problem with Fibonacci's right now. Okay, let's do this chart over here. And, you know, we're gonna remove moving average. So, what we're gonna do is find a retracements towards the upside. Right, sorry, we're gonna do, no, not this one, this one. So what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna take the top up here, and we're gonna take the bottom up down there, and this is what people use to find the retracement. You can see here we came to very nicely the 0.5 line on the retracement towards the upside, right? So they are looking for these retracements levels, so they go from the top to the bottom, and they are looking for a way where retracement should be at, right? So this bottom, you know, retracement should be at 0.61 or some kind of 0.38, but you can see it's not being respected. Like over here it's respected, but come on guys, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line, and then people are adding some kind of golden pocket down here. That's 8 line. Then there is also 0.8 something. There is 9. There is 9 lines. Some line is always gonna get hit. Some line is always gonna get hit on Fibonacci, and people are like, hey, you see it's 0.61. Oh, you see hit 0.78, but it's not consistent. Not consistent. So what is better? What is better to do than Fibonacci? Moving averages, man. Moving averages. Look at this, 200 moving average on the dollar, man, on the dollar, on the dollar, on the dollar, and they are respected over and over again. I mean, you can take moving averages and you can see the respect on the charts, right? You can see the respect of the chart. You know, you break it on downside, you try to get back up, and over here you're above it, you try to break it on downside. You know, you play around with the moving averages. Is respected through an entire chart, not just on this part, through entire chart. It's the best thing to find, you know, retracements. This is what you need. You need moving averages to find retracements. That's how we find, you know, where the tops are, where the resistances are. Fibonacci is just mumbo jumbo, man. But, you know, people like Fibonacci's because it's so easy to use. They don't have to, you know, figure out, you know, moving averages. They don't have to figure out the emotions. It's a very mechanical, you know, way of doing tech canals, like, oh, let's just draw it here, and there is 0.5, and, you know, oftentimes it's gonna hit something. There's like 7 lines right now over here on the chart, but people are putting like 8 or 9 lines on the chart, on the Fibonacci, right? On Fibonacci, like there is, you know, very high probability it's gonna hit something every time. Very high probability it's gonna hit something every time. Now, we don't use Fibonacci, man. We don't use Fibonacci. Yeah, Fibonacci is mumbo jumbo. The juicy 0.886, like, yeah, exactly. I get what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. Like we have a way to find retracements, and it's very legit way to find retracements. It's very good way to find retracements. It's the way I see only way to find retracements, because moving averages are a resistance and support line. Fibonacci's is nothing. What are your favorite 3 EMAs levels on the 4 hourly? 10, 20, and 50. For some reason, the 100, especially 20 and 50 on the 4 hourly, maybe 50, but it really doesn't matter. Like, if you want to find important moving averages on any chart, you plot any, you know, this is 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 moving average, but you can add like 60, 666, 34, 21, whatever you want, right? Really doesn't matter. So the way you find what is important on certain time frames, let's say this is 1 hourly time frame, you go one by one and see the respect it has on the chart. So you can see here we are just you know, going above it, below it on the 10 moving average. 20 moving average, it's a little bit more respected, but it's kind of too fast. 50 moving average, it's getting a respect up here very nicely, but not quite. I mean, you know, I think there's something better up here. And you can see already right now, this is 100 moving average and 200 moving average is very respected, both for the uptrends and downtrends up here, all right? Anyway, here, this is a 1 hourly chart, right? So 200 moving average on 1 hourly chart, the smaller the time frame, the higher the moving average you have to have, right? But you can see it is respecting. Now, oftentimes on small time frames, you won't get these very nice on the dollar hits because the price moves too fast towards upside and downside. So, but you will see that it does hit and it does get rejected. Over here, we came above it, then right back below it, hit it from the bottom side and so forth, so forth. Down here, you know, we never came even close to that, right? So maybe it's 100 moving average up here, right? Maybe 100 moving average on a 1 hourly time frame. It's still very nice, you know. This is some kind of blow off that, you know. So that's how you find good moving averages on certain time frames. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. On 5-minute time frame, over here, 10 moving average is nothing, 20 is nothing, 50 moving average just get broken all the time. 100 moving average, nothing. I think you gotta go like 200 moving average to see some nice levels of support and resistance on the 5-minute chart. But that's basically how you find good moving averages on different time frames. BTC unrespectful. 55 is also used a lot. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? People are using numbers like instead of 20, they're using 21. Instead of 30, they're using 34. Instead of 50, they're using 55. And the reason they're using these numbers and not these numbers up here is because these are the Fibonacci numbers, right? So instead of 10, they're using 9 and so forth, right? So they're using all the wrong stuff, and no wonder they cannot make it in the trading. They're using all stuff. They're missing all the targets. They think it's broken out when it's not broken out. They think it held the support when it, you know, went below the support and so forth, so forth. So they're missing all the important. So why are these numbers more important than Fibonacci numbers? Because this is psychology. This is human psychology. We like round numbers, right? We like 10, 20, 50, 200 moving average, right? We like that. It's enjoyable. It's easy to comprehend, you know. But these numbers, it just whack numbers, right? So I think the way this is what I think. This is my theory. I don't know if this is true theory, but this is my theory. I think when, you know, the stock market became a little bit more open towards the public and became a little bit more accepted, and people started, you know, trading and day trading and so forth, I think a lot of guys were actually winning and making good gains in the start. So they were figuring out, how can we make it so that everybody loses all the time, that they always miss the targets? Okay, so let's introduce Fibonacci. Instead of moving averages, let's just introduce Fibonacci and say, oh, this is nature, man. These targets are like legit. That's how you find the, you know, support and resistance. So that's the first problem. So right now everybody think, oh man, Fibonacci, we're gonna hit the resistance support. And then, but you know, some people are like, you know, legitimately smart, and they're like, hey man, this is psychology. This has nothing to do with numbers, you know. And people are like, no worries, man. I'm gonna use my moving averages. You know, my moving averages up here on daily time frame, no problem. Like, see, I already have a retracement and everything. And then they came with this second idea. You know, too many people are gaining money with these moving averages. We gotta change that. Let's, instead of regular moving averages, let's use exponential moving averages. Why would you use exponential moving? There is no reason to use exponential moving averages. Like, why would you use exponential? Yeah, and you know what people say? People are like, yeah, but it moves faster with the price. What? It moves faster with the price. If I want something to move faster with the price, instead of 200 moving average, I use 100 moving average, because 100 moves faster with the price than 200 moving average. And if I want even something faster than 100 moving, I use 50 or 20 or 10. There are all kinds of moving averages you can use that are reacting faster to the price. But no. We gotta use some wacko stuff, you know, exponential moving averages that instead of showing you some kind of average price after 200 days, he moves it up or down a little bit. Of course, people are gonna miss the targets all the time because they're using EMAs. I get really railed up when people start talking about EMAs and moving averages and Elliott waves, and you know, I don't believe in this kind of stuff, guys. So, you know, I got my stuff. I think I'm correct. If I'm not correct, then, you know, who cares? But, you know, at least I have a reason why, you know, some stuff should be better than other stuff and some stuff should be used over other stuff, right? So I don't use EMAs, I don't use Fibonacci's, I don't use LFAs, but I use anything else that can actually show me, you know, psychology in the chart. I don't have anything against indicators, guys. I use, you know, RSI. I love RSI because it shows strength in the price. I like MACD. I love MACD. It's very nice, you know, it shows the momentum. I even have my own indicator down here, TILA overextended indicator. It shows you the distance from the price and so forth. Lately I've been using Bollinger's bands. I wasn't actually a fan of Bollinger's bands, but right now I'm looking at it because there is a very nice indicator down here called BBVP that can show you some squeeze, because when you're looking only on Bollinger's bands, it's really hard to see the squeeze, and that's actually the only thing you want to know when you're looking at Bollinger's band is the squeeze. You want to see consolidation, right? We already know it's consolidation, but it's nice to have some kind of visual representation of that, right? So I have nothing against the indicators. I've got nothing against, you know, normal TIA. I got nothing against trend lines, and so I got nothing against the moons, guys. We use the moons on this channel, guys. We use the moons, and I think moons have more to do with the psychology of humans and the charts than Elliott waves or Fibonacci's. Just so you know that. Just so you know that. Fibo, not me. My mom is on emo. I'm offended. That's good, fat moons. Is this still mumbo jumbo emergency or not? It's you know, we started with the emergency up here. I'm gonna show you. Technically we are still in the emergency part. Down here we start calling it the emergency because this was not supposed to happen. And you see what happened after that. We were continuing down. Now, although we are continuing on the downside, we are not dumping down, and that's a very good thing, guys. That's a very good thing. I was expecting a more violent moves towards downside, more dumping, more dumpage. We are not dumping, we are creating what's called a falling wedge up here. Now, falling wedges are bullish, are consolidation patterns, and can break towards the upside. Right now we are also hitting very important level of support on the downside with this falling wedge. I'm going to show you down here, very important level down here. You can see here, technically right now we are breaking, but we have been talking about that this can actually happen. And we might get out of this falling wedge some kind of move on downside, some kind of fake out, some kind of spring effect where we actually go up. So I'm still thinking 23, 24, 25. The emergency is still technically in effect, but we are not seeing the dumpage just yet. I mean, there will be time, and we'll see if that dumpage continues. If the dumps are below down here, we'll see if it holds certain levels, and once we see that, how it reacts to the support, we're gonna say whether this is you know, a spring or is just gonna continue falling towards downtime target. So if this does get some kind of capitulation, you know, there will be 23, 24, 25, but there is also, you know, good chance that we might right now bounce for whatever reason, right? 60% chance up, 40% down. You can say something like that, give or take, I think. I was even up here thinking that there is a probability towards the upside, but I think it just used too a long time. What is your favorite altcoin if you had to pick one when bottom is in? I don't have favorite altcoins, but anything below like 50 market cap and that has a working product, you know, maybe some NFTs in the mix, you know, that would be nice. I don't know what that is. Gaussian channels on daily 5 day. I'm not really a fan of Gaussian channels. This is good stuff. I want a moving average based of all moving averages, please. I mean, that can be done. It's only like, you know, you take the five last moving averages and then, you know, average those together. Gotta grant some people learn to anticipate market with their own tools. Also, the green trading bots are created to kill volatility. TLS affect us. Late what I miss. Martin is here. Hi Mark, how you doing? Yeah, please play Dodge Daddy so we can get 34 dump over and done with it so we can go back. Tired of this sideways movement. Yeah, I'm considering playing Dodge Daddy. We got to hear from the Fed first about the rate bump before they release anything. You'll see a little bullish action. That's inside tip. Do you use smoothing moving averages or simple moving averages? Why would you change? The only thing you want to with the moving averages is to find the support and resistance. So you want average price of the 50 last days. Simple moving average. Just give me the last price, average price of this. You know, don't move it up, don't move down. Just give me the price of the last 50 days, closing price of the last 50. That's the only thing I want. So no smoothing, no you know, exponential stuff, you know, just simple stuff. 50 last numbers, add them together, divide by 50, give me that number, you know. Guys, seriously, on a serious note, even though I don't like to use Fibonacci's, Elliott waves, EMAs and so forth, I got my own stuff that I like to use. I have my own theory on what's the right way to do TA and what's not the right way to do TA. Anybody who is using Fibonacci's, exponential moving average and Elliott waves and is making money, he's figured something out. Right? So, each his own, but I think my way is right. Curious, did you just say you don't believe in Elliott waves or Fibonacci levels or trend lines? No, trend lines is, you know, number one. But Fibonacci and Elliott waves is like, you know, voodoo stuff. Trend lines is, we love trend lines, man. We are you know, trend lines, you know, worshippers. Moons and trend lines. You see up here, man? This is our logo. You see the moon? See the moon in the background? See the moon in the background? That's our logo, man. The moon. We believe in the moons. Do you have a TA video? There is a the Art of Technical Analysis YouTube channel. You can find it through my stuff. Fibs work for me. It works for you, man. Twitch is tools. Indeed, mine is my gut. If it works. If it works, use it. If it doesn't work, don't use it. Like that's how simple it is, man. But I don't want regular gains, I want exponential gains. Then you gotta use exponential moving averages. Funny guy. Okay, where were we? Yeah, the news. So, there is one thing I want to mention. Chill out, team, man. There is one thing I want to mention about this SEC meeting tomorrow. There is no video, like it's moving averages. It's RSI, MACD, my own TLA overextended indicator, it's trend lines, and it's candlesticks. Like there is nothing more. Also the moons, we got a moons as well. So you know, that's about it. Yeah, I mean, we sometimes look at Bollinger Band, some other indicators, but we don't use this, you know, to figure out, you know, the price, you know, support and resistance level, so forth. Give me advanced signal, Mao. Yeah, so when it comes to advanced signal, you know, what's gonna happen with this SEC meeting tomorrow and so forth. There is one thing I want to tell you, and that's that, you know, markets already somebody always knows something, guys. Somebody always knows something. Let me read you something that I posted once in the Telegram chat, Twitter, and this is very important because right now somebody knows something, guys. Somebody knows something. Let's go to my Twitter. And down here, what you're gonna see, I posted an image of something somewhere down here. Where was it? There you go. I posted this. So I think news can kick off an event, but I always think news are priced in long before. So I do think that news are priced in. But see Netflix drop. See this in Netflix drop. Although it suddenly fell 36% on the news event. So news came and it fell 36%. The chart was already looking terrible and down move was more than expected. See chart to get my point. So it was going down. It was already getting rejected by the moving averages. Even this move towards up here, it was already looking very, very bearish and terrible, and move down was expected. But news did push it maybe more than it should go fall down. But you know, it was already moved down, so somebody knew something. I think charts can tell you ahead of time what's about to happen, because market always knows something. Insiders knows, friends know, politicians know, somebody knows, and it always reflects on the chart prior to the event. So somebody always knows something, right? So when it comes to this, interest events, somebody knows. Politicians know something because they're just people. They're talking. They're friends. Although they have, like, we are not telling anybody, somebody's like, shh, hey man, tomorrow, It's gonna dump, it's gonna dump. You know, somebody knows something, somebody's already starting preparing for that event, and when they start preparing for the event, meaning buying or selling, that means the chart will show ahead of time what's gonna happen. Now the question is, which chart is best for that to show right now? Over here, we can see that right now, this is Dow Jones Mini. Let's go to SP 500, for example, up here. The chart already looks very bad. So we might have some kind of move towards upside up here. The trend down here is still not broken. We are still below the trend. We're still below the trend down here. We do have some kind of divergence on the chart down here. So there is a daily divergence up here on the chart. The momentum is lacking, but this move is already done, so you can definitely continue dumping on the downside over here. But overall, it does look bearish. It does look bearish chart. There is nothing that says bullish. So I would say that, you know, the thing that's gonna come tomorrow based on this chart over here, because there is definitely no big movements or any kind of you know, prior to the move, any kind of, you know, huge moves up here or something like that, or even to the downside. But it's already looking bearish, so I would say that it is what is it is gonna be what's gonna be. It's gonna be 0.5 or 0.75. I don't think it's gonna be below 0.5, you know, and everybody is gonna go, you know, stupidly bullish on this over here. But somebody always knows, guys. Somebody always knows. Yeah, plot twists are the problem, man. Plot twists are the problem. So as we can see here on the 4-hourly time frame, we are dumping big time right now, down 2.34%. 1-hourly time frame still closed down here. It is close on the support level down here. Yeah, it closed below the support, support down here as well. So yeah, I think that there is more than likelihood, you know, to go all the way down. The question is, will we go something like this down, or will we go, you know, down here like this and then consolidate until this moving average hit and then continue on the downside? So, you know, how fast we're gonna go down. But even this move towards downside, that shows bearishness in the price. So everybody in crypto right now know that the meeting is tomorrow. They know something is gonna happen. So they're pricing into the price. So either they're moving the price down here to buy low and then kick off, or they already know what's gonna happen, so they already start selling. Moons are powerful. Play the video where you filled in for Paul McCarthy and let you down by Beatles rooftop session. Nah, not gonna do it again. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm late. You're never late. Always on the dollar, man. Damn, John. Will Bitcoin go up? Bitcoin is expected to rise in value. Our Bitcoin price forecast shows that leading crypto could reach a high price of 100,000 at the end of 2020. No, Rafael, man, I am bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on crypto. Do you know how bullish I am? Bitcoin is gonna hit 250k. Bitcoin is gonna hit 50,000k, 500k. Bitcoin is gonna hit 1 million, but not today. I cannot make video every single day and talking about, you know, how we're gonna reach 1 million eventually. Eventually we'll get there. There is no doubt in my mind that Bitcoin and the crypto as general as is not gonna rise in value. That's 100% in the books. That's 100% correct. But we do technical analysis trying to figure out what the next move is. This day, tomorrow, this week, short term. Not what's gonna happen in 10 years, man. So, we are stupidly bullish on crypto, insanely bullish long term, no problem whatsoever. High numbers, any kind of number you're gonna pick, you know, it's gonna get there. The thing is that, you know, right now we are in falling wedge. Right now we are looking to get some kind of capitulation, you know, market sentiment, so forth, right? So crypto rover does. Yeah, I know people are talking about long term, but you know, sometimes we do talk about long term. Like right now, this 23, 24, 25k, you know, this level that we called here at 23k, between 23 and 25k, this level down here that we called, that we said this is gonna be the bottom. This is a long-term price prediction, guys. This is a long-term price prediction. So people, once we started going down here, and we, as soon as we get a little bit, some people like, it's not gonna happen. We're going to 60,000, and it goes a little bit down, and people, it's gonna go to 30,000. It's going a little bit up, and people, we're gonna go to 60,000 again, and then goes a little bit down. Are we going down to 15k? You know, people are, you know, projecting, you know, big moves, you know, way ahead of time. So we don't do often this move to, you know, we don't often predict these kind of dumps or these kind of long-term moves, but there is definitely legit reasons why we should be hitting 23 to 25 level if and only if we get the capitulation phase, which does look very, very close. Now, when I say close, it doesn't mean today, tomorrow, next week. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but if it does happen, that's gonna be the bottom, right? So we are predicting some kind of bottom sometime. We already we even have a time frame. We think the bottom is gonna hit between June and July, 14 June to some kind of 13 July. There is a reason for that as well. There is a reason for everything, right? So, but you know, predicting what's gonna happen at end of 2020, at you know, end of 2025, whatever, right? It's a long-term analysis, and we are not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet, you know. So these kind of moves that right now we are looking at, like 23 to 25,000, we don't do that often on this channel. We are short-term tech analysis. We try just to, you know, figure out where it's gonna go next. Recently, PayPal announced that it would soon allow its users and merchants to buy, sell, hold, and accept Bitcoin and other crypto form. Yeah, there is so many announcements that, you know, big companies are, you know, soon accepting cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrencies are the future, guys. You don't understand it yet, maybe, but it is the future. It is the future. Do you know what I think is funny, guys? I'm gonna show you what's funny. And it has to do with the news, of course. So, you know, this is Finansavisen. It's the biggest financial newspaper in Norway. So, you know, I often read them, but this is what, you know, people that often day trade and lose money, they look for news and they jump on the news all the time. They don't, you know, how to do tech analysis, so they're trying to figure out what the company is gonna do or stuff like that, and they're not even insider or a friend of a CEO or whatever, right? But what I think it was funny is that today I was reading a little bit, and they said, where was it? Man, I swear I was reading. So oftentimes when news comes out in a bullish market that some company has better than expected results, the price goes up, right? This time, Telenor, one of the biggest companies in Norway, fell 2% today to 130 bucks after it showed huge, you know, result gains, you know. So they have, you know, having the result gains, but the stock fell down, and they are justifying this by some shutdown of some Kubernetes, high you know, energy prices, competition in Thailand, fusion work, it's very expensive, and so forth, so forth. So even with these, you know, mad gains, they are justifying the fall towards the downside, because they cannot, you know, wrap it around their head that we are in the bear market, you know, because people are so used to being in the bull market. Then when, you know, when they see, you know, these good results and we are still falling down, so they're trying to find some reason why we are falling. We are falling down because everything needs to be cut by 10, you know, 10x or 5x or whatever, right? So it doesn't matter how much the new result is good for, you know, Telenor, it's still overvalued from what it should be at the bottom of the recession, right? That said, the same thing happened with another company up here, Norsk Hydro. And Norsk Hydro, also very big company in Norway, got huge results, very good, very nice results. And what happened? It went down like 5% today. It ended 0.4% right now. This is the last thing that's happening. It ended 0.4% down, but, you know, it went down like 4%. And there is not even a little peep about justification for why it went down. I mean, the results, you know, beat the last year results. The results beat the, you know, the first quarter. They beat the fourth quarter last year. Everything looks good, but, you know, the prices are still falling on the downside. And people are still like, You know, yeah, but that's because of this and that's because of that. They're trying to find something to justify the dump on the downside, right? But it has nothing to do with dump. The market, the general, the financial market needs to be cut by 50% or 20%. That means that everything is overvalued. Doesn't matter how good the results you have. Even if with those results you are still overvalued and you need to fall on the downside. So the trend is your friend. How much time do you need to learn Norwegian so you can read the news for order beer and food? You can teach in one day. There is no need to learn Norwegian, man. Everybody, like, I mean, everybody here speaks English. Like 100% of people here speak English. So there is absolutely zero reason to learn Norwegian. Zero reason to learn Norwegian. But, you know, it didn't take me that long. But I was a kid though. Man, I've been eyeing Monero for a full year now and it just never got around to making an entry. How's Monero doing? By the way, Monero and Zcash, how's Zcash doing right now? Let's check out Zcash a little bit up here on the chart. Fell through this last support, not last moving average. You can see here, it was following this trend line up here, then fell down, create double bottom up here to the resistance, got rejected. This is a huge, because after you break the support and you get back in the triangle and try to break out of the resistance another time and you get rejected by that, this is a bad. So this is a very bad move, psychologically very bad move for Zcash. Now there is definitely some kind of trend line up here, just like Bitcoin has, and if you fall through this trend line on the downside, it's gonna be bad, right? So we already know that. How's Monero doing? What's Monero? Monero, XMR, crypto, Monero, virtual, Binance. There we go. We like Binance. So you can see here Monero was climbing up here. You can see the trend line up here, broke the trend line, went down to support, sitting on this support down here. If it breaks support, it's gonna be game over. But this move towards the upside got you know, smacked up. You see how nicely it was climbing, came up to some kind of resistance here at 289, went down, went below the support up here, and it be just dumping on downside. So maybe it's gonna keep some kind of bullishness up here. It needs to, you know, come back up around, you know, 145 to, you know, to hold the bullishness, at least this 20 moving average up here. It cannot get rejected up here. If it goes up right now, it gets rejected and goes back below the support down here, that's a very bearish sign. That's a very bearish sign. So Monero, the way I see it, you know, the run up is done. The run up is done up here. Let's see on the weekly time frame. A weekly time frame also had this run up. Let me see the support line. So we are right now very close to this support. Maybe we should go something like this up here. Yeah, yeah. It's this one, or which support is it? Maybe something like this up here. So there is support down here at 170 or something like that. Also, there is very nice support down here. And here, give or take, right? Yeah, so it's very close to this move down to the support area down here at 183 all the way down to 170 or something like that. That's the support area right now. Also, this 20 moving average up as well is going to act as a little bit support, but you know, I'm definitely eyeing down here on this trend line up here, because you know it was going down, it broke the trend up here. Right now, it's moving back down again. It created a higher high up here, so right now it needs to, you know, keep some kind of support up here. But yeah, it doesn't look as bullish as it did look like a couple of weeks ago. Let's pop some music on. There we go. Chill out. ApeCoin announced its integration with each sidechain Polygon after a recent Yuga Labs other these non-fungible token NFT minting incident led speculation about the new chain for Ape. Yeah, we know that. I saw that. I don't know how bullish that is for Polygon or Ethereum. We're gonna have some awesome discount on XLM XRP. It's gonna be lit. I read something about XRP going to 80% up. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The only thing I remember, the last news I remember from XRP is that XRP is gonna, you know, end the case in 2023, which is very bearish right now for XRP, because you know this thing is just getting postponed. Right, BTC will be first move, then you can roll your profits and outs for a double step up. Be smart. That can be it. BTC is always the first mover, and oftentimes when BTC moves, you know, its first move, it moves like 10-20% towards the upside, while altcoins are not making any kind of gains. I mean, they gain some gains, but you know, not as big as Bitcoin. Most of them. Some of them are actually doing better than Bitcoin. Actually, I don't trust the BT chain, too much surveillance. Everything in crypto is, you know, open, man. There is no hiding in crypto. Doesn't mean people think that Monero or Zcash is somehow because of the Tumblr, because of, you know, the Tumblr and how Monero and Zcash works. That somehow it's, you know, private. There is no privacy. There is no privacy. Zero privacy. You have to accept that, guys. There is no privacy. Zero privacy. Anything can be tracked. Monero can be tracked, and the Zcash can be tracked. It's hard to do, but it can be done. Mambo Jumbo emergency BTC breaking support. Is it breaking support right now? How? 249, 243. Let's go back to Bitcoin up here, a little bit up here. Yeah, we gonna definitely get some kind of bounce up here very soon. Yeah, so we are extending a little bit downside. I think we need to go a little bit up. We are hitting the support down here. We're actually breaking 12 minutes to the 4-hourly close, guys. 12 minutes to the 4-hourly close. Finally, something is happening on the charts. We like the closes, guys. We like the close. Right now, we got an 11 minutes close. In 12 minutes, there is a close up here. Let me do it like this up here. There you go. 11 minutes 43 seconds left. We gotta close, guys. So something's gonna happen on the charts. We need to see if we break the support or hold above the support up here. And while we wait for that, let's take 5 minutes break, guys. 5 minutes break. And after the break, we're gonna continue seeing how this 4-hourly candle closes. Is it bearish? Is it bullish? Are we extend on small time frames? Are we gonna get some kind of pump? Because you can go down here in the 5-minute time frame up here. 5-minute time frame, and we are gonna watch this move down here, because if we find some kind of bottom down here on the charts right now, we just might get a nice move towards the upside that you can scalp if you want to scalp. Maybe. Okay, guys, 5 minutes break. 5 minutes left, guys. Let's go to 5-minute chart. Is the trend breaking? Yeah, the trend is breaking. 5-minute trend. So you might get a nice rally up here on the 5-minute chart towards upside. Maybe the 50-minute average up here. That's something like 0.47%. If you do 100x, that's 47%. Just so you know. Last 5-minute candle. The support is down at 37,630. Pulling down. We got support also at 20 and 10 moving average on the 5-minute charts. Feels be reals. Good night, man. Max. YouTubers mess up everything. Of course we mess up everything, man. That's why we're here. But you know, a lot of people hate YouTubers, and there is no reason to hate YouTubers, because without us, without YouTubers, there will be no shilling of your coins. There will be no shilling of crypto. Crypto won't be even close to where it's right now. So say thank you to YouTubers. YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, do not hate on people that are shilling, you know, the stuff that your money is in. You want that stuff to go up, and if you want that stuff to go up, you say thank you for the TikTok video, thank you for the Instagram post, thank you for the YouTube video. They had their own decisions in the end. Thank you. There you go. Can you shill Atom, please? Big time. Yeah, Atom is at some kind of bottom. It was at some kind of, I don't know if it's still on some kind of bottom down here. So you can see here it's hitting the support at 70, 56 or something like that. Still pushing it on the downside, still not breaking the trend. The short-term trend, it got broken up here. It needs to get above, you know, something like 20 bucks up here to break this daily trend up here, but it's been going down for a very long time, and right now it's hitting this very important support level. So the question is whether, you know, the 17 is going to be up or 15 the support where it bounces. But this is the line. This is the line that Atom needs to break. Once it breaks, it might have a nice rally towards the upside. I bought at 28 inside the triangle before it dumped on the downside. Did you buy up here, guy? Man, did you buy up here? That's what I want to know. Did you buy up here? Update TF Fans Club budget. No, we update the TF Fans Club budget once a month, or after we do some trades. So, you know, right now, you know, for April it's 206 bucks, but we'll see how May goes, and then we're gonna add to that. Yes. Yeah. So you are hoping that support is gonna hold. It went down to support. Now, once it failed the support, you did not sell. You hoped that it's gonna come back up here. Then it kind of went sideways. You had still hope. Then it started continuing down, and then right now you are too much of a mess to actually sell. And it happens. It happens. 28. How much are you down right now on this? You're down like 35%. I get that, man. I get that. When you buy the support, the most important thing when you buy the support, if the support breaks, you gotta get out. That's the most important thing. Doge ain't dead. Mark Cuban pitches ideas. Yeah, Doge is never gonna die. As long as Elon Musk is hodling Doge, Doge is not gonna die, guys. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on Bitcoin. 4-hourly time frame. Very important time frame. Let's remove this line up here. The trend up here is broken, so we don't need the trend. We don't need this level up here. We don't need that level up here. There. This level up here, I don't know what that is. We don't need that right now. We just need this down level up here. 51 seconds left. 50 seconds left. This looks like it's gonna stay above the support, and right now I should assume that this should have a nice rally towards the upside. When I say nice rally towards the upside, I mean nice rally to the upside on the 5-minute chart. That means, you know, a couple of candles up here until it finds resistance, right? Because on the 4-hourly is extended a little bit on the downside, and on the 1-hourly is extended, so, you know, it can definitely pump a little bit up here. How much can you expect? Like 1% towards the upside, something like that. Maybe even less than 1%, because, you know, it depends on how much time it takes. Yeah, Dodge ain't gonna die. Server and move going broke every day. As long as it's not zero, you're just, you know, closer to broke, but you will never be broke. There we go. We got a 4-hourly close right now. 4-hourly closed above the support down here. You can see the support down here. 4-hourly closed above that support, but we are still at 37.6, and there is a very important support level down here on the weekly time frame. That's at 37.7. So if you go to the 5-minute chart, you'll see that this upper level up here, 37.7, is a very important level of support, but it's support on the bigger time frames like daily and weekly. But this down here is the 4-hourly support. So we are playing with the supports right now. I'm thinking that this should, you know, have a nice move towards upside, because this trend up here was broken. But we are still getting a lower high up here, still getting a lower high. So this needs to make a new higher high up here or something like that. Bitcoin Diamond went up almost 14% today, dude. Bitcoin Diamond is a pump and dump coin if you haven't been around long enough. I'm just saying. The center plant is back in the chat. Everybody say hello to the center plant. Do the 1 second chart. Nah, there is not enough volatility for a 1 second chart. It's kind of just choppy. A lot of sideways motion, a lot of sideways. The moment you want to look at this 1 second chart is when there is a lot of volatility. It means fast moves towards upside or downside. That's when you want to look at this just for fun. Yeah, just for fun. Okay guys, that's it for today. Right now we've been streaming for 1 hour. Looks kind of bearish. If this is anything, you know, any kind of prediction on what's gonna happen in the tomorrow, if this is any kind of prediction what's gonna happen tomorrow, so I'm expecting, you know, that whatever everybody expecting, 0.5% interest rates hike or more than that. I don't expect right now any kind of bullish news tomorrow based on what we are seeing on the charts right now. And we also seen that, you know, in the stock market a little bit, at least Norwegian stock market, the price is going down even though we are getting a good news up. Bridge cable is also back. Everybody say hey to the bridge cable as well. So with that guys, we're gonna stop it over here. What we expect right now over here to happen is for this support eventually to get broken, and we are expecting a move all the way down to the support line. The question is whether when we hit the support line, whether we're gonna bounce towards the upside or break on the downside. If we break on the downside, I'm again saying do not panic, because move on downside is not panic move, it's the move towards the upside that's important. It can be a very fast move towards the upside, mind you. And if we fail to get back inside this falling wedge, that's when you panic. You don't panic down here, you panic on the move towards the upside when we fail to get back into the wedge. That's the panic, right? But you know, this can also happen, and this can happen as well. Maybe this support is gonna hold, we're gonna bounce here and then go out of the wedge towards the upside. But I'm seeing right now more bearishness than bullishness, to be honest with you. More bearishness, bullishness, because on daily time frame we are getting rejected again by this 10 moving average that we've been, you know, getting rejected a lot of time. Let me just see down here. We still got the divergence, almost divergence going on. So if we drop just a little bit on the downside down here and close a little bit below the support down here, and there is divergence up here, maybe, just maybe, there is a good news for another move towards the upside up here. Maybe. But on the other hand, if we drop a big time towards the downside and there is no divergence up here, then I'm expecting a move towards the downside. There is still no bullish cross on the MACD or anything like that. Still in the wedge, still boring times. Tila, do you scalp trade? No, I don't. Too much emotions. Good night. When new moon? Yeah, when is the new moon? Already happened on the 30th, so right now just 3 days in, but we're getting full moon in the next 2 weeks or something like that. tonight, in my opinion. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button on the way out, as always. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications and bell on and everything and stuff like that, right? That said, guys, we're gonna end it with what kind of song are we gonna end it with? We're gonna end it with Solar. Now we're gonna play Dodge Daddy, and hopefully that's gonna reverse the price towards the upside, right? Dodge Daddy. And with that, guys, thanks for stopping by. Cheers.
Random rewards are so sweet. Honey's all that I can see. Blame nature, why don't you? I make no apology. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. I'm not weak or lazy. I'm like electricity on the path of least resistance. Always lies the way for me. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge Daddy, yeah. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge Daddy, yeah. Dancing Teslas and SpaceX. This techno king is on a roll. There is no shame in his game. He's having fun, he's in control. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge Daddy, yeah. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge Daddy, yeah. I see stars when I hear Dodge. Forget the moon, I'm off to Mars. Cash is trash, is confetti. So dollar bills can kiss my Go Dodge, 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 Dodge. Go Dodge, 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 Dodge Daddy, yeah.
Short, also